welcome back to another video, and for today I will be sharing with you feminine fragrances in my collection. So these are not just feminine smelling fragrances, but these are your light, just gentle, subtle, great for everyday wear fragrances. So these are not your loud or those seductive, strong type of fragrances, those fragrances that you could smell meters away or that would leave a trail on the elevator or in the room where you went. So these fragrances that I have here are those fragrances that you can only smell yourself, or only those people that would get close to you, which is to me a little sexy in a way. Me personally, I do love these types of fragrances, and I think we all need these types of fragrances in our collection, even though you are not into these types of scents. I like to wear this one on those days that I cannot decide which fragrances to wear, because I feel like these kinds of scents are safe to wear. You cannot go wrong to these types of scents, and also for those places where you are not supposed to wear strong, overpowering type of scents. So I think these are such easy reach fragrances. So these types of fragrances gives me that ladylike vibe, kind of sweet and innocent smelling. So the first one that I have here is Bulgari's Omnia Amethyste. So this one is really such a light, tender fragrance that would remind me of a baby, as soft as a baby sleeping. So this is a floral scent, but not those strong white floral scent, not the yellow flower scent, but this is like purple flowers in a bottle, but not powdery. Sometimes violet or purple flowers would give me the impression of being a powdery, but this one is not overly powdery. This is actually clean. It's light, fresh floral scent. It almost reminds me of a clean linen as well, but it doesn't smell like a detergent or a laundry powder. This is such a clean, delicate scent. Whenever I smell this one, it would remind me of a well put together, refined woman. This one is so soft, but surprisingly it lasts long on my skin. The projection is low to moderate, but longevity is really long lasting. Although you cannot smell it around you anymore, but if you try to smell your skin, the scent is still there. So next one is just a sister of Amethyste, and this one is Bulgari's Omnia Crystalline. So this one is just as light and feminine as the Amethyste, although this one I would say is more elegant, more like formal to me. It has that pure scent, just the name and the bottle itself, it really smells like this. It smells clean, it's light, but it's quite elegant as well. It smells fresh and clean, it smells luxurious and elegant. It made me picture out of a woman wearing in a corporate background, or more of like a woman in a medical field wearing her white lab gown. It's not offensive at all, great for office wear as well, or more like a formal daytime event to me. Although the lasting power is not as long lasting as the Bulgari Amethyste. But as for the scent, I really enjoy wearing this one. So next is on the sweeter side, and this one is Valentino's Donna Aqua. So this one is a fruity gourmand scent. So the opening is a sweet, fresh pear with the hint of like a nutty vibe from the almond. I actually like the opening. It gives me that delightful, youthful vibe to it. But still, I won't consider it as a flirty or a loud fragrance. Still, it's soft, it's feminine, and the dry down makes it more like a warm, delicious, sweet gourmand, but not non-overpowering at all. So I think it's a good choice if you want something light but not too casual smelling. You want a gourmand but not too overpowering sweetness to it, perhaps for a dinner date or an evening formal event. I think I would pick up this one. So the most noticeable notes on this one is the pear and the almond as well. But during the dry down, it is the frangipani and the almond that makes it such a warm, creamy, delicious gourmand. So next is from the house of Burberry, and this one is Burberry Body. So this one is indeed smells like body, smells just like your skin. I find it somewhat sensual in a way. The rose in here gives it like a feminine touch. It's just a soft rose scent. It isn't that strong anyway. It's supposed mixed with a peach in here. I love the peach notes in this fragrance. It adds the sweetness to it as well. And the dry down, it becomes softer, almost like a skin scent, but there is like a creaminess in it as well, almost like a body lotion to me. It's as if you're not wearing a perfume. It smells just like your skin. It smells just like naturally you, but only cleaner and nice smelling. So next one is JLOs Glow. So this one smells soft, rosy, soapy scent. So I do like to wear this one before bedtime because it makes me feel clean, like as if I just had a bath or a shower. This is indeed soapy. So if you're into soapy scent, you might want to consider this one. But this one are not those fresh, clean smelling soapy scent or citrus type of soapy scent. I don't find this a cool perfume at all. I find this one even warm. This is such a feminine rosy scent. It would remind me of those rose scented soaps. This is great for everyday casual scent. As for me, I like wearing this one before bedtime. So next is Gucci Flora EDP. So this one is an elegant feminine fragrance. I do love this one. Just by the name Flora, you would thought it's gonna be such a flower bomb type of fragrance. But actually, I could only detect the osmanthus and the rose in here. This is not the regular floral fragrances, not the usual floral notes that you'll get in most of the perfumes. Actually, this is more citrusy to me. The opening, I'm getting a lot of citrus, oranges, which is quite uplifting. And then there's a rose and a little bit of sweetness to it. Actually, the citrus lingers for a long time before it dries down. There is like a creaminess, almost like a tart scent to it, like an orange tart, orange cake. And it dries down nicely on my skin. It becomes softer, almost like a skin scent. Is sweet and a little mature compared to the opening. So next one is Marc Jacobs Daisy Oh So Fresh. So this one, along with the original Daisy, I find them both light, easy to wear fragrance. Although I find the Oh So Fresh more feminine than the original. I find the scent less green. There's an added sweetness to it, more floral. I could definitely get the lychee in here and the grapefruit. This becomes more fruity and sweet floral scent to me. This is a little girly, but not girly like loud or flirty, seductive. This is girly yet kind of sweet, innocent smelling. This is actually one of my happy scent. This is another delightful fragrance, great for spring, summer as well. If you're looking for something everyday, easy to wear, non-offensive smelling fragrances, then Daisy's Marc Jacobs line is also must have. So next is Chanel Chance Tundra. I know I have featured this one a lot of times. I just cannot include this one in this list because this is really one of my fresh, feminine, light fragrances. This is really my go-to, my everyday scent. Whenever I cannot decide which fragrance to wear, this is something that I would always consider. Whenever you say feminine fragrances, this is really one of the first things that comes into my mind. It has a youthful vibe in it. It has a carefree vibe, another sweet, innocent smelling fragrance. It reminds me of a young, refined lady. I could get a lot of grapefruit in here. When you say grapefruit, this is also first thing that comes into my mind. This one also reminds me a little of Marc Jacobs Daisy, although Daisy for me is more lighter. Like the thing about Daisy is I could no longer almost like smell it. It's really, really light and subtle, barely there fragrance. Although this one is, I could get more scent on this one than Daisy. This one to me is more delightful, more fun version of it. Although this one is really just quite expensive. That's just the downside of this fragrance. But other than that, I really enjoy wearing this scent. So next one is Chloe EDP by Chloe. So I did have several Chloe fragrances in this line, and I would say I could not they're almost identical to each other. I could not get the difference. They're all feminine. They all has a rosy scent in it. So I won't say that they are totally light. Some of them has sharpness to it. Although my favorite among them is a Chloe EDP. So I'm not a rosy type of person except those dark, those sweet rosy scent. So this is the one of the few fresh rosy scent that I actually like in a perfume. I love the rose in here mixed with the lychee. I just obsessed with the lychee note. One of the most feminine fragrances that I have tried. It to me it's kind of mature, but there is like a youthful vibe to it. I love the lychee in there, which gives it more of like a delightful, fun vibe to it. And I don't find this one powdery as well compared to other Chloe that I have tried. I actually find this one clean and a little soapy. To me, this is one of my spring must-have perfumes. I never get tired of this fragrance. This is the only fresh rose scent that I actually enjoy wearing. So next is Lancome's Miracle. So this one is indeed Miracle to me. This is quite of a classic fragrance, but I really enjoy this one. This has such aquatic, feminine vibe. In the opening, it is such a happy scent. It's so delightful. It's so pretty. It gives me that happy vibe. So as it dries down, it becomes sweeter, it becomes softer. I'm surprised because the perfumer of this one is Alberto Morillas. I love most of his fragrances, but they are usually fresh, aquatic, unisex. But this one is, to me, really feminine. I love the opening until the dry down. The opening is quite citrus, it's fresh, sweet, floral, a little aquatic. It reminds me a little of Eclat d'Arpege, only this one is more aquatic. And as it dries down, it becomes sweet floral and slightly powdery. It is skin scent, but still it's noticeable on me. Longevity is quite moderate, about 5 to 6 hours. So next is Tracy EDP by Tracy. So this one is a good choice if you are on a budget, but you want to smell a little classy, a little luxurious. Tracy's perfumes are mostly simple smelling. They're mostly great for everyday and lighter scent. But this one gives me that powdery vibe that has in Chanel No. 5, Chanel Mademoiselle. It is a little like that. It really reminds me of it, especially the dry down. So for me, it's such a great alternative if you are on a budget. Though they are not identical, I won't call it to be such a dupe, but they do have that same powdery scent and the dry down. I find it really soft, feminine, and relaxing. I do tend to wear this type of fragrances during bedtime as well, but other than that, it's also a great everyday, non-offensive smelling perfume. This is such an underrated, affordable gem for everyday fragrances. Classy, soft, powdery scent. If you are a fan of Chanel No. 5 scent, then you might get to appreciate this one. Me, I'm not a big fan of the scent, so I won't get that expensive bottle of Chanel. But for this as a price with a similar vibe to it, then you can never go wrong with this. So that's it for the feminine and light fragrances in my collection. Thank you for watching and see you again in the next video.